Hello gurus, welcome to another episode. Hope you're having a beautiful day. We're going to jump in charts for Bitcoin. Nvidia is pumping like amazing, which is beautiful. Bitcoin is at 113,000, getting a bounce. We activated a trade at about 107. I'm going to show you that volume is growing on Bitcoin now. You can see it's starting to grow. The future depends on what you do today. Mahatma Gandhi, know what you own and know why you own it. Peter Lynch, people discussing calculated black swan. James, we miss your videos today. I have more than 2 years that I wake up with your video in the morning. First thing I see after my meditation. Thanks, Guru, for your knowledge. Amazing. Thank you. I'm making a video now. Trade on WeX, Bybit, and thank you for watching all the time. I appreciate it, and I hope you're learning a lot, and you learn a lot from me once you become rich. Social media marketers push message of peace, anti-war, protect the nature. Bitcoin price 3 million viewers, bitcoinprice.live. You can see it's kind of ranging here, and it seems to be building pressure with volume growing. Risk comes from not knowing what you're doing. Warren Buffett, we're in neutral. Fear and greed is neutral. Nvidia was up yesterday 4.9% on the news that they made. They got orders for the next 5 years for $500 billion a year, which their previous year's profit was $300 billion. So that means their price is shooting up to represent that new revenue stream. 500 billion, that means they easily justify a $5 trillion market cap because of their PE ratio. They went up 5% and they're already up 4% in pre-market. So this is actually up 8%. The price now is 209. If you were buying with me, we're up huge on that. So big congratulations. The rest, funding fee negative. Bitcoin price 113. We're going to jump into the price for Bitcoin. Look at Nvidia. Hit the subscribe button, smash our thumbs up and turn on the bell. Let's jump into technicals for Bitcoin now. We're going into technicals. And you can see the market is pumping, and Nvidia is up 4% in pre-market. It was up 5% yesterday and 4% in pre-market. If you were buying with me since the April tariffs, we bought it on the 7th of April, and you're going to see that was exactly the bottom. 1, 2, 3. Let's go into the charts. You can see now, so it'd be sitting at 209 in pre-market. So it's here. We are now up since the April 7th tariffs, 141% on Nvidia. And now what you can see, it's making a rocket. It's turning that rising wedge into a rocket kind of position. Rising wedge is normally like this, but it's two pointing up. It's more looking like a rocket kind of formation. A rising wedge is more like this. This is what a rising wedge looks like. This is a rising wedge. Sorry, that's too much like what we're seeing. This is a rising wedge. Something like that. Or you could draw like this. No, that's more like this. This is a rising wedge, and it builds pressure and breaks down. What we're seeing now, it's turning more into a rocket, and it's already breaking out. And you can see here what I'm talking about. See? It looked like a little bit like a rising wedge, but it's breaking out from the top. It could turn into kind of like this rocketing formation. Whenever a rising wedge turns up, it could be entering a parabolic. So which is beautiful. On the weekly, we're overbought, but this new revenue and these values are going to be playing into it. The new revenue is going to be playing. If it breaks out and it manages to confirm this breakout, which today it already is, because today the next candle, this breakout, if we measure it, you can see target of this, Nvidia, is around 266. And what's amazing is this is the first company in the world to hit 5 trillion. They just announced it today. You can see it's everywhere. They hit 5 trillion today. We've got 109,000. Nvidia up 138 since my below buy. This is when I posted it on the 7th of April, the day of the tariff. I'm buying at the moment Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tesla, Nvidia, Google, Uni. This was the bottom of the tariff. 412,000 people have seen this post, almost 500,000 people. And since then, we're up 131%. And since then, with this new price, we are up 141% on Nvidia. So if you put 1,000, you now have 2,400. If you put 1,000,000, you would have 2.8, actually 141%. So if I put 1,000,000, I would have double my money plus 40%. So I'll have 140%. So if I put 1,000,000, I'd have 2.4 million. If you put 10,000, you have 24,000. If you put 1,000, you have 2,400. If I'm getting the calculation off the top of my head wrong, please let me know in the comment section. But you can see this: the weekly is heading up on the stochastic. The weekly is heading up, and the daily is just breaking out. And now in pre-market, it's already up another 3.8%, 2% up on TON. I've got a little bit of a position on TON. TON seems to be finding it's holding this price. You can see this is where it broke down, spiked to 56 cents. Stochastic is heading down. On the daily, it's turning up. Let's look at what the indicator bots say. You get these at jamescryptoguru.com. Bitcoin Guru bot indicator still showing a sell on the daily. Bitcoin indicator is showing it just got, when that drop happened, it's interrupted the bots. You can see on the daily it's not showing, on the 4 hourly it's not showing. On the 4 hour it's active, it's happening, it's changing quickly. Let's see if there's any patterns on the daily. Let's look on the weekly. So on the daily it's heading up strong. On the weekly it's mid-range. We had that spike down. It looks to be turning down. The volume is a little bit thin as well. Not any spike up in volume. Let's look at the other indicators. But it finished that drop. TON is Telegram's token. That's why I like to buy it. Telegram is a $30 billion company. You can see the RSI is a little bit oversold now as well. On the weekly, double bottom on the RSI, turning up on the daily. Interesting. I'm going to be buying some TON here, so I'm going to do that on Bybit or on WeX. I've moved cash out of my account here. I want to just keep minimal on the exchanges. I actually made millions of dollars. If you're asking and saying, oh, but it used to be $1 million, it's one of my accounts, and I took out profits from here. So I moved it. It was still around 700 or 800,000 in the account. I just want to keep less on exchanges. I might move back in more when the market might move in cash more into here to buy more. And I know I'm going to get comments like, oh, you had $1 million in there, now it's 100,000. I moved the money out and I still have still made many. You're just seeing one of my accounts and some of the trades that I choose to show people. $2.2 $2.2. I'm gonna buy around 10,000. And why I took money out of the exchanges, not your coin, not your keys, not your crypto. My Bitcoin trade 2.5 Bitcoin is in profit. I'm buying 10,000 USDT of TON, and that will mean I will have 20,000. So I'll buy 10,000 now, and I'll buy 10,000 on the support lower. But look, it already kind of finding support here. But $2 area was support. So I'll buy another 10,000 at $2. Confirm. And I didn't need much cash here to do my trades and my spending. So I thought to just have less cash on exchanges. But I might top it up again to buy altcoins. Now I'm doing 4 hourly trading because the market's hot. But it does look like altcoins are a bit stabilizing. So let's go into Bitcoin. I want to buy also Uni. Let's see, at Uni $6. 4 hourly, not doing amazing. Uni went from $20, like if you check out Uni, it went from, we sold it up here if you guys remember, but we traded this a lot. We've been trading it over the years. $12, we bought it at $4 if you remember back then during the April tariffs. It was in my post, you can see here. April, I'm buying at the moment Bitcoin, Ethereum, Nvidia, Google, Uni. So we bought it on the 7th of April, and that was here around, here, exactly the bottom at $4. Then I sold it at $12 if you remember. But yeah, okay, let's check. You know the gains. Now I'm mostly in Google and Nvidia, and I've got trades on Bitcoin, and Nvidia has been paying off, and Google's also been paying off a lot actually. On Google, we're up around 87% since I was buying it on that April low, and I've been buying big in Google if you've been watching, which is beautiful. 88%. Nvidia is up 141%, and it's breaking out. And Bitcoin is at 113. We just opened new trades, but we've been trading it since 17K technically. If you've been watching my videos, we've been buying it from 17K. So we're up around 600% on Bitcoin, which is beautiful. But it is overbought. RSI is starting to head up from oversold. It was quite oversold. Symmetrical triangle breaking, getting a bounce off that symmetrical triangle. That trade I had set is active. It activated 112,300, so it's about $700 in profits. For a new trade, I would actually put it in a safer area, but I would keep that. I have that trade open, but I would bring it down to this support area. Seems to be where it's forming a support. So 108 is where I would take trades. 108 and take profit, still the top of the channel. And you can see when I'm zooming out, you can see the channel here on Bitcoin. But this is my TA, everyone. You have to do your own due diligence. Congratulations to the 412,000 people that saw these posts. Nvidia is up a lot. Let your teas and food be your medicine. This is a cool thing. If you're worried about the world ending, check that out. Germany's ADF party creating a national Bitcoin reserve. Nvidia has chosen glory breakout. I posted about that. Check it out. If Nvidia breaks out, this could be very good for us. Powell, you must reduce interest rates. Check this about AI taking jobs, and what I posted, you can pause it here. But they need to reduce interest rates so people can borrow money, so they can pump the economy. VCs can invest. As people lose their jobs, they can go over into the entrepreneurial market with AI and create projects. You need to read that to try and understand it. Bitcoin trade from last video activated, which is beautiful. Check out that. And our Bitcoin trade here is pumping, and on WEX our trade is also doing well, which is perfect, up $1,000. And also there's a Telegram. Join us in the Telegram. There's a new Elite Traders Telegram where they're sharing trades. This is only for WEX traders that are actively trading in their account. The links will be in the Telegram and in the description. Check that out. And all the links are down below. And WEX is giving 2,000 USDT futures bonus for trades. All the links are down below. Bybit, WEX, and the courses. Congratulations on Nvidia. I like to mainly be in Nvidia and Google right now, and I want to trade because the markets are hot. So I'm trading Bitcoin. The markets are overbought, but altcoins are starting to cool off, so I've been buying that as well. If you've been following my videos for 6 years, congratulations on buying Tesla back then, Nvidia back then, Bitcoin back then when it was like 3K. I think we were making on videos on 9K. Love you all. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you all again tomorrow.